It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday. It's January 28th, and it's about 28 degrees, too. This morning, we have temperatures below freezing. However, we're going to warm up quickly today, and there will be a few folks that are pushing 60 for the high temperature on this Tuesday, so it will feel quite nice out later today. The warmer weather is certainly welcome, as well as the sunshine. It makes just such a huge difference, doesn't it? So nice to be able to walk to your car without just bracing for the cold. I mean, it's still cold, but it's nothing like what we had around just last week. We are continuing to thaw out across the Ozarks, and I'm expecting high temperatures today, land at about 58 degrees here in Springfield. It will be another warm day. It will be another dry day. So I have to mention that fire danger is elevated for much of the area today. I don't expect that we'll have the winds as strong as they were yesterday. However, it will be breezy, so keep that in mind. Fire danger is high. Don't burn anything outdoors. Today is not a good choice for that. We also want you to be cautious about where you discard of cigarettes. Don't park on dry ground, things like that, anything that could spark a fire. The big story is that it's dry for the middle part of the country, while a more powerful storm system takes shape out in the southwest. We also have rain today for much of Texas. We're not going to see any rainfall for us, though, until at least late tomorrow night into the end of the work week forecast. Also, through this time period, our temperatures are near normal or even above average. Numbers are going to be feeling really nice as we head into later parts of this week. We think we'll be in the 60s. Rain chances really ramp up for us tomorrow night, and that will last through Thursday and Friday. Now, I have to mention, with this chance for rain, looks like it could be a soaking rain for some. Details still a bit in question, but I told you yesterday that models were trending warmer on the storm system. Well, they're also trending to a lot of precip all the way from Texas, the DFW area, back up through portions of southeastern Oklahoma into western Arkansas. And that does include the southern Ozarks, northern Arkansas, extreme southern Missouri. We could be talking about 2-3 inches of rainfall in a couple of days. And this time of year, you have to watch that very carefully because remember, the ground is frozen, especially from those cold temperatures that we had around just last week. So it's not like getting 2 inches of rain during the growing season when we have the live plants to soak things up. The soil can absorb some of that moisture a little bit better. In cold months, you have to look at things a little bit differently. So flooding on my radar for the end of the work week, I'll continue to keep you informed on that. At this point, it looks like areas along and south of I-44 would see the most in terms of rainfall. The extended forecast looks warm, however. I think we're right back into the upper 50s tomorrow. Numbers, despite the clouds and the rain chances that I have in the forecast, both Thursday and Friday, will cool down slightly, but still I'm expecting low 50s in the forecast. And it looks that we'll stay mild for much of the weekend with the finally drying up weather coming our way by the time we get to Saturday afternoon. So not too bad temperature-wise, but it does look like we could potentially see some heavy soaking rainfall Thursday and Friday. So maybe bust the rain boots back out. You put the snow boots away, now get the rain boots out for the second half of the work week forecast. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's this slow-moving storm system that I mentioned in the southwest. This is moving our way from Southern California. It's what brought the great rainfall chances to Southern California to get rid of the fire weather conditions a little bit. Also, heavy snow showers are expected across much of the Great Lakes into portions of the Northeast and portions of New England. That's what our friends up to the Northeast are dealing with today. And we also have above average temperatures for much of the central and eastern United States. And you will directly feel the effects of that because that's where we are in our part of the country, is the warm up part of the country. All right, here's a look at that around the Ozarks. Wake up weather brain twister trivia question for the day. The question that I left you with yesterday: for how many months will the average grizzly bear hibernate? Do you think it is A, 1 to 3 months, B, 3 to 5 months, C, 5 to 7 months, or D, 7 to 9 months? Now, grizzly is very important here because the exact species of bear does make a difference, but the grizzly bear, they're pretty sleepy. They require 5 to 7 months of hibernation. They typically hibernate anywhere between 5 and 7 months. However, as I mentioned, it depends on the species because the Mexican black bear, it usually doesn't hibernate at all, or it will hibernate only for just a few weeks out of the year. Due to the warm environment, hibernation is not necessary for these bears. The Alaskan brown bear, if you're curious, can hibernate from 5 to 8 months. They're like, it is way too cold up here in Alaska. I am staying in for 3/4 of the year. But the grizzly is 5 to 7 months. Congrats if that was your guess. Here's the question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. In what country is the world's largest ski resort? Do you think it is A, in the United States, B, France, C, Switzerland, or D, Italy? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air. Thank you so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather this morning. And if you enjoy the podcast, please give it a positive rating. That will help our friends and neighbors find Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. And I would certainly appreciate the time that it takes you to submit that review wherever you're listening to this podcast. For more weather info, you can check the website all day. We'll keep that updated. That's aroundtheozarks.com. We'll chat again tomorrow.